Good morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Laurie Ting, and I am the brand lead trainer for the Total Boma Skin Island Total Boma Skin Island Malaysia. So it's authorized by the Total Boma Skin Island of Germany. So I focus on the brand education and the professional training and the consultative skin health practices under the Total Boma Skin Island system. So before we begin, we will start with a short pre-test. The purpose is to simply understand your current level and the knowledge so I can place the training appropriately and focus on the areas that will be most useful to you. So on the screen, you will see the QR code, so please scan it and enter your responses. So you will need 10 minutes to complete it. So just answer based on what you know right now. Okay, now let's move into a quick icebreaker. So we will begin with a short self-introduction. Please share your name and your role. Then after that, we'll do a brief morning exercise to energize everyone. Okay, so you'll start from you.
Hello, my name is Jess. I'm a counselor.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Grace from Sungai Buloh. I'm doing renovation agent. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Angie. Previously from banking, but I just retired.
Okay, now we can sing a song. So would you, yeah, you can open the music. So it's a very interesting song. I hope you like it. So we can sing together.
What makes me shine? I read the labels like they're friends of mine. Chances I'm taking care. I like the person staring back from there. This I'm for you. Skin up for you. Let's get the strength us through. Every day I grow into every skin for confident you. It's not a secret trick, it's every steady step. I trust the way I go, I trust the love I get. Confident you, sing up for you. It just is a strength I lose. Every day I grow into healthy skin, confident you.
Okay, I hope you like the song very much. Okay. So welcome everyone to today's program. So today's program is called Boosting Your Self-Confidence with Ageless Skin. So because confidence isn't only about makeup or any trends, so confidence is grow from your when your skin looks healthy and feels comfortable and you know how to take care for it. So this program was originally designed for beauty therapists, beauticians, dermatologists, or aesthetic doctors. So however, the learning is a long process, it's never limited to any role. So any one of you also can learn about the skincare. Okay, so we talk about aging as a journey. So aging itself isn't a problem. How we manage it make the difference. So at the most basic level, ageless skins start with the 3 daily essentials. Number 1 is the cleansing. So we have to do cleansing properly every day and the moisturizing correctly and protecting the skin with sunscreens. So treatment and anti-aging products can support the skin, but they only works well when the daily routine is right. So before we talk about the treatments or actives, we first need to understand the skin and build a strong foundation. So by the end of the session, we will be able to identify the key characteristics of the skin types and illustrate the visible signs of skin types. And lastly is to develop a skin type assessment approach. So the module 1 will be discovering skin types. Module 2 will be managing aging skin. Module 3, restoring skin balance. Module 4, avoiding common mistakes. So let us begin with module 1, discovering skin types. So there's a saying, youth is a gift of a nature, but age is a work of art. So, and we all want to be a masterpiece. So aging is normal and it's part of life. So we cannot avoid aging. So, but we can strongly influence how we age, and especially when it comes to our skin. So yes, genetics play a role. So if your mother has a red skin, so you may have an advantage, so that you will have a good skin also. But oppositely, if your mother's skin is not so good, so maybe we will also suffer lah. So, and even with the good genes, skin can still be damaged through wrong products or harsh routines and excessive sun exposure. So here's the good news: you do not need profession, but you need the right approach. So today we will focus on what's truly help skin stay healthier and more youthful, so you can feel confident in your skin at every stage of your life. So to do that, we must understand why skin changes. With the right knowledge and the skincare products, so the skin agent can be significantly influenced and better managed. So when we understand the science behind the skin aging, we can make informed, evidence-based choice that support the skin health, skin resilience, and long-term vitality. So when skincare works with the skin's natural functions, it helps maintain balance, protection, and regeneration over time. So module 1, discovering skin types. In this module, we will cover interpreting normal skin, describing dry skin, categorizing oily skin, and lastly is the defining combination skin. So before we talk about the skin problems, we must understand the skin type. The skin type is not a trend, not a feeling, not a diagnosis. So skin type is a biological function. Skin type is not equal to the skin condition. Skin type is structural and functional. So skin type is determined mainly by the sebum production, not by age, not by weather, also not by what product you use. So skin type is genetic. It is influenced by the sebaceous gland activity, hormonal influence, and it does not change easily. So you can calm, balance, or support a skin type, but you do not permanently change it. So the role of the sebum in the skin type is decided by the sebum. So the sebum quantity determines the oiliness and the water retention and the barrier strength. So too much or too little sebum changes how the skin behaves. So sebum is not the enemy, sebum is a protection. So we are not basing skin type by feelings. We are using a repeatable, logical framework to classify the skin types. So they are normal, dry, oily, and combination. So why does this matter? Because when someone's skin constantly unstable, tightness, irritation, excess oil, recurring breakouts, it affects our confidence, affect our mood, and social comfort and daily focus. So today is about building stability, not chasing the short-term quick fixes. So there's one core concept that the skin protection system. So what matters most at the surface is the combination of the sebum film, the stratum corneum lipid structure, and NMF are natural moisturizing factors. Together they determine whether the skin gets dry easily, whether it gets oily easily, whether it becomes reactive or sensitive easily. So the surface film is not only oil, it includes the structures that allow oil and water to work together as an effective protective layer. So when we classify skin types, we do not simply label oily or dirty or dry, oily or dry. So we ask, is the sebum film sufficient? Is the stratum corneum structure stable? Is the water or NMF adequate? So there's the two things we must do must use check. So in the morning we can we must ask ourselves to do the morning sebum check. So we can ask this question exactly to ourselves. So to identify the skin type confidently, we start with the morning sebum check by how does your skin feel in the morning before washing. Does you feel your face is oily or dry in the morning? Do you feel it? Oily before you washing your face, right? Oily, huh? Okay, so when there's a slightly oily, but comfortable, they're still considered as normal or not normal? Normal, yeah, it's correct. So that suggests the normal skin is under a stable sebum production. Okay, so if the skin is very oily before washing, that means and even worse by the midday, so the oily tendency is excessive the sebum production. So and lastly is when you wake up before you doing washing, you feel so dry. You dry even before you doing washing. So that means it's a dry tendency that low sebum production and lack of and often lack of oil and lipids. So another thing we can do the dehydration check is by doing the jawline push test. Okay, so if you see fine crisscross lines or tiny grid lines, okay, this indicates the dehydration, lack of water. So not automatically lack of oil, but when someone says I feel dry, you must determine whether it is dehydration, water issue, or lipid deficiency, oily components, oily or fatty components. So only then do you choose the correct direction. So we start from the normal skin, interpreting normal skin. So normal skin does not mean zero oil. It means a small amount of sebum in the morning. So comfortable skin, you feel not tight, and you feel not extremely oily or extremely dry during the day. So normal skin is typically described as being well balanced, having fine pores, possessing smooth texture, and showing no blemishes, no pimples. Okay, these are the characteristics that the skin system is stable and functioning as intended. So the being well balanced, the oil-water environment is stable. So the sebum, water, and the barrier work together efficiently. So balanced skin self-regulates, which is why it feels comfortable. So balanced skin is stable skin. Stability reduces the risk. Okay. So having fine pores indicate the oily procedures is the oily production is appropriate. So the enlarged pores are often linked to the instability, not lack of tightening products. So pore size reflects the oil regulations and not pore tightening. So possessing smooth texture. Smooth texture reflects a healthy stratum corneum. So proper hydration, lipids, and NMF allow cells to align evenly and reflect light. So texture improves with the stability, not aggressive exfoliation. And lastly is the showing no blemishes. So clear skin reflects a calm environment. So blemishes often appear when the skin becomes unstable due to the over cleansing, incorrect protection, incorrect products, internal stress, and so the clear skin is a sign of stability. Okay, so the biggest risk for normal skin is not missing something, but stabilizing what already works. So normal skin is low risk, normal skin is low risk but no risk. Okay. So dry skin, the causes to the dry skin is often on the low sebum production. Okay, so the characteristic is the tightness, facing tightness, and early fine lines, lower water retention, and weaker barrier. So dry skin is not a lack of water. It is a lack of oil to hold water. So there must be two types of dry skin. Okay, dry due to the lack of oil, and dry even before washing in the morning generally requires a richer texture support. So if unsure, you compare with the richer or the lighter texture on each side of the face. Okay, secondly, so dry also due to the dehydration. Jawline push test shows crisscross lines. So fine lines often linked to the low water and the weakened structure. So dry skin should not be treated aggressively. Dry skin should be stabilized by supporting the both water and protections. So dry skin often feels tight, especially after cleansing or in air-conditioned environments. This type feeling happens because the skin does not have enough oil and structure to hold, to hold water properly. So when the protective barrier is raised, water escapes easily, and the skin loses flexibility. As a result, the skin feels stretched and uncomfortable instead of soft and relaxed. So tightness means the skin is under stress and losing moisture. So secondly is feeling itchy. Itchy is a common sign of dry skin and indicates a weakened skin barrier. So when the barrier is not strong enough, external irritants such as dust, pollution, or even the water can reach deeper layers of the skin more easily. So this can trigger nerve endings and cause itching or discomfort. So itchy skin often means the barrier is weak and easily irritated. So thirdly is showing dullness. So dry skin often looks dull rather than bright or radiant. So this happens because the skin cells on the surface are not evenly hydrated. So when the cells are dry and uneven, light does not reflect smoothly, so making the skin appear tired and lifeless instead of fresh and glowing. So dull skin is often a sign of uneven moisture, not poor skin color. So lastly, the suffering dehydration. Dehydration means the skin lacks water, and this can happen to any skin type. So in dry skin, dehydration becomes worse because there are not enough lipids to lock the water. So to lock water into the skin. So without sufficient oil support, the water evaporates quickly, and the skin remains dry even when moisture is applied. So dry skin is not just about lack of moisture. It involves barrier weakness, water loss, and reduced comfort. So effective care focuses on supporting the skin's protective structure so it can retain water, feel comfortable, and look healthier. So when it comes to the oily skin, oily in the morning before washing, and oily increases by midday, especially during 12 o'clock or 1 p.m. So during the lunchtime. So oily is not equal to the automatic acne. Doesn't mean your face is oily skin. Doesn't mean you are acne face. So this is a common misunderstanding. So oily but feels dry often indicates the dehydration or low NMF, not the need to strip oil further. So oily skin needs balance, not aggressive. Not aggression. So oily skin requires stabilization rather than aggressive control. So harsh cleansing or excessive stripping often triggers rebound oil production. So worsening imbalance. Effective care focuses on supporting a stable skin environment where oil production can normalize naturally. So producing excess sebum, oily skin means the skin makes too much oil. So it can be natural, hormonal, or triggered by the environment. So sometimes the skin even produces more oil because it feels dry and tries to protect itself. So oil is not bad, but too much oil can cause imbalance. So oil is protection, but too much becomes a burden. So appearing shiny, looks glossy. Your skin looks glossy when the skin produces too much oil. It often looks shiny. So especially later in the day or in the hot weather. So this shine is not a healthy glow. It usually means oil is sitting on top of the skin. So shiny skin means more oil on the surface, not more moisture in the skin. Okay, so thirdly is a heavy, enlarged, or visible pores. So when the skin produces a lot of oil, the pores keep releasing the oil. So over the time, this makes the pores look more visible. So the visible pores are usually caused by too much oil, not because the pores are weak or damaged. And being prone to breakouts, when there's too much oil, the dead skin builds up, so pores can get blocked, and that can turn into pimples. So oily skin doesn't always mean acne. Okay? Some oily skin stays clear. So oil alone doesn't cause acne. Acne happens when the skin is out of balance. So when it comes to the combination skin, there are two different systems set on one face. Okay. Let's see, this is the oily zone, this is the oily zone, and normally here is the dry zone. Okay, U zone here will be dry or dehydrated cheeks. So combination skin cannot be managed with one product. So we have to analyze first before we choose products. Also, the T zone is stability and comfort. So cheeks moisture and barrier support. So heavy and oily T zone usually has more oil in the T zone on our forehead our nose, and our chin. So this happens because these areas have more oil glands. So they produce more oil. That's why the T-zone often looks shiny, and especially later in the day. So secondly is experiencing the dryness or dehydration. So this is because the cheeks have fewer oily glands and cannot hold moisture as well. So the dryness may be from the lack of water and lack of oil or both. So dry cheeks need to be checked to see if they are lack of water or oil. So thirdly is showing uneven texture. So because different areas behave differently, combination skin often feels smooth in some places and rough or tight in others. So this uneven feeling is common and doesn't mean the skin is unhealthy. So uneven texture is normal for combination skin. So uneven texture reflects a mixed skin behavior, not poor hygiene or wrong habits. So lastly is requiring different care approaches. So combination skin cannot be treated the same way all over the face. Oily areas need lighter care. So while the dry areas need more support. So using one product for the whole face often causes imbalance because we cannot use one product because our face got oily part and the dry part, so we cannot use one product for the whole face. So combination skin needs different care for different needs, different area. So combination skin need zone-based care, not one size fits all solutions. So combination skin means different parts of the face have different needs. So when each area is cared for properly, the skin feels more comfortable and balanced. Okay, now let's come to our Q&A part. Okay, before we come to the Q&A part, do you have any question on the combination skin?
Yeah, if we have dry skin over the cheeks, right, and then body zone here, so we always apply cream in the night, moisturizer. When you wake up in the next morning, your face will still feel oily, not oily, but still moisturized. That's normal, isn't it?
That's normal. But do you feel oily after in the midday, after lunchtime?
If I
Usually?
was outside, yes, walking around, but if I'm in aircon room, I don't think I get T-zone. Doesn't get oily lah.
I still get oily, but not so heavy lah.
Not so heavy.
Not so heavy lah. So that should be considered as a normal skin lah. Normal
But
skin.
when we age, right, we get older, right, the T-zone also becomes less. The T, when we go
the
older,
T-zone.
let's say you go 60 years old, 65, the T-zone area will be less oily
Less oily.
as you go older.
Depends on the environment that you stay. Depends.
I see. So in Malaysia, it should be normal, right? Do we get less oil?
You less if you feel you less oil means you have to more concern on your skin, not
Moisturize more. And even at home.
you have to make sure it is a lack of water or lack of oil or the lipids,
Okay.
lack of oil or fatty components.
Can I know more?
Yeah.
Let's say for the the normal skin,
Mm.
is it just only apply the toner will do for everyday normal skin?
normal skin, apply the toner. You mean you apply toner every day?
Yeah, is it good?
Depends on your skin because usually toner is to balance your skin balance, your skin pH balance. So it depends. Not necessarily have to use the toner. It depends the product lah. If your cleansing gel or your cleansing milk is enough to balance off your skin pH, then not necessary to use the toner. But usually mostly people will use toner also lah. So usually our skin type is influenced by the sebum production. Sebum production is caused of the sebaceous gland activity. If our sebaceous gland activity is very active, so the oily production is more. It will become more. So how to control on it? You have to use the correct skincare product.
I find that you will eat less oily food. My skin is clear.
Oh, is it? You feel that?
Yes.
Wow.
When you don't eat,
That
don't
balance-
eat fried
balance.
chicken, all that stuff. When I do facial, my skin got less
Less-
whiteheads. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's cleaner. So I think food
Wow.
also very
Food
important.
very important to
Yeah.
our skin,
Yes.
Yeah. You feel it? Good. That's good.
Another thing is, let's say the control type of the skin, then using the cleansing, is it important than the special find out the different skin to use for the cleansing milk? So
Cleansing milk usually depends on individual. How do you like the texture? Somebody they want to have light cleansing. Somebody they want to have more moisturizing or heavy moisturizing cleansing. So it depends on person individually. You want to use a light cleansing gel, or you want to use a more moisturizing cleansing gel. So it will be cleansing milk. Cleansing gel and cleansing milk is different lah. Cleansing gel is more light. Cleansing milk is more heavy, more moisturizing to our skin. So we are not basing our skin type by any feelings, or we have to analyze our skin, whether it is normal skin, or dry skin, or oily, or combination skin. So it's not that hard to analyze it, as long as we eager to learn the type of the skin, the skin type.
How do you deal with uneven texture?
Even texture, even texture.
Yeah, like some combination skin that shows uneven texture. I mean, sometimes you look at your skin, some part is very smooth and some part a little bit of a bump. I don't know why. It happens now. So it's uneven, right?
Uneven skin normally it connects to our collagen. Our collagen decreases.
Oh, okay, so as we age, the collagen should be less, right?
Yeah, should
So
be
it's
less.
like you see uneven skin coming through.
So we'll talk about it in the next lesson. next lesson, yeah.
Oh, collagen. Oh, okay, I understand. So the younger people get issues with uneven skin? Because the collagen is a bit firmer, right?
Their skin is
Smoother.
more and their skin is more plump because they have enough of
Collagen.
collagen, ceramides.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they always look plumper, right?
This is.
Huh? That's all.
Mm.
Yeah, as we age, everything starts sagging, right?
Mm.
Or becomes uneven. No? So, okay, right.
So we'll talk about it in the next lesson.
Okay, okay. I don't like something cleansing milk. I think the question you asked about whether should we use toner and then every day, or you're saying that if you have a good cleansing milk that leaves your, is it cleansing milk? Sometimes some of it are more creamy based, right?
More creamy
So
breast.
when you wash your face, right, you don't feel that it's very clean. You just feel like even creamier, right? So that's that alright?
Yeah,
Oh, that's alright.
yeah, that's alright, that's alright.
There's another type that's more gel-like, fresher. They will use like maybe some lemon smell. So when you wash, that's very refreshing. But that is not as creamy as the cleansing milk. So do we like so after we finish, in a hot day now it's so hot, we will tend to wash our face a bit more. And do we then reapply our moisturizer again? Is it necessary?
It depends you also. It depends you if you want to apply the moisturizer.
Okay, right.
Because after doing cleansing.
Yeah. Because we stay at home,
Ah.
and then even when you stay at home, whether in condo or landed, it's very warm. Right? So you want to go up lunch spot, you want to wash your face just to feel fresh. So after that I realized, should I apply the moisturizer again? Okay, so would that be something that we have to keep
It's
cleansing?
okay if you want to apply the moisturizer.
So reapply like 2 times to 3 times a day lah.
Depend you. If you feel dry, you can apply it.
Okay. Yeah, but some cleansing milk is really good. The creamy one, you just apply and you wash and then you still feel very soft and moisturizing. So then you don't have to use toner. So save cost.
So always, what we do in the morning, always we have to ask ourselves, have to do the sebum check and the jawline push test, if we want. So to determine that whether we are dry skin or oily skin or conditioned skin.
Do we have one product which can use for these 4 types of skin?
Normally, for professional skincare products, they have to use by depends on your skin. It depends on your skin type. So now let's come to the Q&A part. Okay. We have come to the module 1, discovering skin types. So let's check if you have all understood the session for today. So number 1, list the 4 main skin types.
Normal skin, dry skin, oily skin, and combination skin.
Correct. Okay. And the second question is state your skin type.
My skin type is normal skin.
Wow, that's good. Okay, so lastly, share an example of a skincare decision you change after learning more about your skin?
I think the takeaway from today is I would, there are a lot of products that are very trendy, after, right? But I think I really now need to choose the product for my skin type. Yeah, because I cannot just buy any product that's okay, maybe very popular with certain brands, right? But I think for me, I would have to look at my skin type first, and then buy that product according to my skin.
Okay, very good. Okay, so after the today's session, I hope you learn from all the module here. So okay, let's come to the conclusion. So in conclusion, module 1 helps you stop guessing and start making confident, low risk decisions. So once you understand the differences between the skin type and the skin condition, you reduce trial and error. Okay, so you avoid unnecessary skin instability, and you support long-term comfort and resilience. So, and when the skin is stable, it doesn't just look better, you feel better and perform better every day. So these are my 2 books that I have been used for our training today. So they are the Blue List Cosmetic Ingredients. Second book is Identification of Cosmetic Ingredients in accordance with the INCI designations. So please do not forget to complete the assessment for module 1 before you leave the class. So assignment 1. Okay. Please complete the assignment 1, and you have 30 minutes. So upon the completion, go for a coffee break. Okay. So you may start doing your assignment. Okay, thank you for your time for today's. So we may go for a coffee break.